In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to create this super easy, perfect Christmas everyday makeup look. It is Christmas, babe. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Look up. Christmas time, it is not just any time. And you can be wearing the same makeup look that you wear all year long. During the month of December, we have to go with the flow. We have to be in that Christmas spirit, you know what I mean? So we're gonna spice it up a little bit, but at the same time, we're gonna keep this look perfect for every day, for work, for school, but you're gonna feel that Christmas vibe in your makeup. And at the same time, it's gonna be something super quick and simple to create. I already prepped my skin, and first things first, because this baby right here, oh, I've been enjoying it so much. I don't even understand, like, oh, this perfume right here, you are going to be aggravated at first. You're gonna bitch, you're gonna complain, you're gonna say that it's not long lasting at all, that you don't smell it. I know, I feel you. Keep it. I promise you that after 2 weeks, it's gonna be a lot stronger. It's gonna be a little bit more long lasting. Again, Billie Eilish perfumes, they're not the most long lastings. But I promise you that after 2 weeks, it's gonna get a lot stronger. It's gonna be a little bit more long lasting. I'm always telling you that the Billie Eilish perfumes, they're not the most long lasting ones. You have to do the little trick with the Aquaphor, and it works. It will last on your skin a little bit more. But this perfume is just something so special to me. It's so spicy and warm. Like, if you're cold, put it on and it's gonna just keep you warm. It's crazy. If you're wearing something like this, your body has to shine. I like this one from Huda Beauty, but I have a lot of them. The reason why I really like this one more is just because it's convenient and easy to put on. I like to do like a little spray right there, and then I go in with a little Patrick top brush and just kind of blend it a little bit. See, look at the difference with and without. And then now let's transform this face, much needed. I'm gonna be using my Hourglass skin tint. But hold up, before we apply foundation, we have to prime the skin really quick. I'm gonna be using the Photo Finish from Smashbox. And I'm only gonna apply this on my pore area. You have to make sure that you shake this really good, because if not, it comes out like oily, and you don't want that. The consistency of this primer is supposed to be that thick, and a little bit right here, and then now I'm just gonna press it in just like this. I'm gonna apply the rest on my nose. And then now I'm gonna be using my liquid highlighter from Westman Atelier. This one is the peach shade, and I'm only gonna apply this right here on the highest points of my cheeks, where I apply my highlighter. And I'm gonna blend it with this little tiny brush from Sonia G. And I'm gonna make sure I keep it right here. I'm gonna apply whatever I have left on the brush on my nose. Same thing on the other side. This thing looks so juicy and so healthy. And whatever I have left right here and on my forehead. And it doesn't emphasize texture. I'm gonna apply a few drops of my Hourglass skin tint in the back of my head. And then now with my Bobbi Brown foundation brush, I'm gonna pick it up. And let's do this. Make sure that you blend your foundation always in one direction. Don't go all crazy, because that's not the way. And if you do that, that's the reason why your foundation comes out looking like shit. This skin tint, it's actually really glowy, but that's all we need. for the winter season, because I don't know about you, but my skin right now, it is totally going through it. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. It is super dry, it's flaky, it's peeling. So right now, I cannot wear nothing matte. I already got the perfect glow, and now I need the perfect coverage. And for that, I'm gonna be using the Hourglass foundation, because these two together gives me exactly what I need. So now I'm gonna shake, shake, shake. Always shake your foundations. Every liquid, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna apply 2 little drops right here, and then now I'm gonna be using something a little smaller, like the 109 brush from BK Beauty. I'm gonna pick it up with the brush, and I'm gonna be applying this in the spots that I feel that I need a little bit more coverage, like right here, right here. And I also like to apply this one right on top of my pores, because this foundation is a little bit more blurring than the skin tint. I have a lot more hyperpigmentation in this side of the face than the other one. But look, gives me the perfect coverage. Okay, the skin, it's skinning. Yep. Now I'm gonna be using my contour sticks from Milk Makeup. First, I'm gonna be using the shade Toasted for contour, because this one is a little bit more cooler. Oh my god, I think I'm running out. What the heck I am? How much product does this thing comes with? I'm gonna apply some right there. And right here. And then what I like to do with these contour sticks is that I'm also gonna pick up the other shade, which is Stoked. This one is a little bit more warm. And I'm gonna apply this one a little higher, where I normally do my bronze. And then now when I mix them up, they're gonna give me the perfect contour slash bronzer. See? First the contour, and then I'm gonna flip the brush. And I'm gonna blend both of them together. This look is something that you can do every morning, super quick, before you go to work. Now I'm gonna apply some blush before concealer. I'm gonna be using this one from YSL. This is the shade, what shade is this? Brown. Balmy tint. I don't know, it's like the right one. I think New Flush. I'm gonna apply some right here in the back of my hand. Either I'm blind or I don't see no freaking name in here. Damn, the consistency of this is thick. I forgot how thick it was. Look at this. But it's like this velvety consistency. I'm gonna kind of like mix it up a little bit right here in the back of my hand. Make sure that it's like evenly coated. And my brush, that's the color. It's like a perfect red for Christmas. And then, oh yeah, that looks pretty. And I'm gonna apply a little bit more because I want a lot of blush. Remember that I still have to apply my concealer on top, and when I do that, that's gonna take away a lot of the color from the blush. So don't be scared. If you're gonna apply your blush before your concealer, which I totally recommend you to do, go ham, go banana with your blush. Apply a lot of it. See, a little bit goes a long way, but I'm not taking out too much at once. And I'm using the Makeup by Mario brush. A bit on the nose, right here, and on the forehead. Now for concealer, I'm gonna be using Natasha Denona. I have her color corrector and her concealer. I'm gonna apply a little bit of color corrector, but only just, I don't know, I don't really have to. I actually been sleeping really good lately. My sleeping schedule before was the worst, fucked up. Like I literally used to be so tired during the day, and I used to like stay up all night filming, recording, editing, or whatever, which is not good for nobody. But I switched it up. Now I'm sleeping normal, like a freaking normal person during the night. And I'm up active during the day. So I'm ready for whatever now. I'm using the color corrector on the shade C3. And I'm only gonna apply a tiny bit, just to like cancel out the darkness under my eye. Now we're gonna blend, blend, blend. And I'm using the Makeup by Mario concealer brush. Wow, look how pretty this color corrector is. It is perfect for my skin complexion. I used to have one, I think it was C4. And a couple of you guys told me, yo, that is too dark for you. And I knew that though, but the reason why I have the C4, it's more for like when I have something like really, really that I want it covered, when I be freaking fucking with my nose and things like that. Not really for my under eyes. Like I knew that one was way too orange. Now I'm gonna be using the shade N4 for concealer. You know what, hold up. Let me grab my foundation brush really quick. I'm gonna blend a little bit right here. And then I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer right here, right here. Not on my lids. I'm gonna be using the Palmograph eye base, eye primer, whatever you wanna call it. Now let's blend this concealer, and I'm using the Scott Barnes concealer brush. The best concealer brush, I promise you. Hey, look at that. Since I got this brush, I don't use any other brush really like that for my concealer. And even if I do, I always have to like finish up my blend with this one, just because this brush slaps your concealer in there like to perfection. I got my kids playing outside while my husband is cleaning his truck. Now I'm gonna be setting, boom, now we're gonna be setting the concealer. I'm gonna be using the Amicole loose powder. I also really like the one from Palmograph, but since I got this one, I haven't used nothing else. And my little powder puff from Rose and Ben's Beauty. Where are you at? Right here. This one. I love it because it's so pointy. And it really does the job at getting in there. Let me open it up. I'm going to grab a good amount of powder. I'm gonna even it out in the back of my hand. Go back with my concealer brush. Make sure that I don't have any little leftovers, creases. Just have to make sure that everything down here, it is nice and blended before you apply any powder. And then with my powder puff, that's it. And I'm pressing the powder in there. This powder, it is so finely melt. I'm picking up a little bit more. that it melts into the skin and you really don't even have to dust it. Like, it's beautiful and so skin-like. If you like baking, you really have to get yourself this powder. Same thing in the other eye. Before powder, make sure you blend everything again. I'm gonna use whatever I have left on my powder puff, and I'm just gonna run it through my blush. Now we need some bronzer. I'm gonna be using this one from NARS. This is the shade Laguna 02. Pick it up with the Sonia G brush. It's okay if you feel like you're going on top of your blush. We're still gonna apply more blush, so don't worry about that. Some on the forehead and some right here so it can give you the lifting effect. The other side, and on the jawline. Lots of bronzer on the jawline. I have the same amount of bronzer on both of the sides, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit of shadow coming from this way. That's the reason why it looks like I have more color in here. Oh, I don't know if it's me. I don't know. Now we're gonna be using this blush from Valentino. This is the shade 5. Wow. Oof. This blush never lets me down. I'm gonna go back and pick up my powder puff, and I'm gonna just like press whatever powder I have left right here in this area, like right here. Because I always like to make sure that I don't have no harsh line between my blush and my concealer, which I don't right now, but you have to be careful with that because it's very easy for your concealer to like emphasize right there. So always go back either with a brush, like a powder brush, or the puff, and just diffuse it a little bit more. And then it looks a lot better. See that? Chef kiss. You seriously need this blush for the holidays. Oh, it is so pretty, y'all. Before I apply highlighter, I'm gonna do my eyes because I'm gonna be using some tape. And if you apply highlighter first, even though it's not really like a big deal, it is a little harder to fix after you take the tape off. I'm gonna be using the best eye primer, which is this one from Pomegranate. Just like crazy apply like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm gonna be using this eyeshadow palette from Tilbury. This is the new one, but you can just go in with any eyeshadow palette that you have at home because I'm gonna be using some browns and shimmer. Babe, that is all you need during the whole entire month of December. A lot of glitter, a lot of sparkles, a lot of shimmer, and that's all, period. I'm gonna be using the silver shade because that's the most intense popping shimmer in this palette. And I like gold and silver during the holidays, and a lot of red. But again, the only thing you need on your eyelids is anything that have to do with glitter, sparkles, and shimmers. You got that clear? So I'm gonna be using the blending brush from Scott Barnes, and the first shade that I'm gonna be picking up, it's gonna be this one, which is the lightest one. And this is gonna be my transition shade. You can go in with any little beige, bone shade. And just apply it right here on and above your crease to keep the lid a little bit of definition. I love these mattes because they do look really like blurred on the lids. See, they give you like that perfect finish. With the same brush, I'm gonna be picking up this one that is a little darker than the one that we used before. And I'm gonna apply it on my crease, just like this. Super easy. If you were using another palette right now, you just go with something a little darker than what you used before. I'm gonna pick up a little big fluffy brush. This is clean. And I'm just gonna use it right here to blend everything by my brow bone. Same thing in the other eye. And then now I'm gonna be using the wing brush from Scott Barnes. This is the 63. See how it's like a little winged out, but if you don't have this brush, all you need, it's like a little detail brush, like the Morphe M431, or maybe the A7 from Makeup by Ariel and Morphe. Something little, something tiny. So I'm just gonna be going in with this one just to show you. I'm gonna pick up a good amount of the dark brown and I'm gonna apply right here on my outer V, but I'm gonna wing it out. So I'm just gonna go back and forth, just like that. If you have this brush, it's gonna make everything for you a lot easier. I'm gonna pick up some shadow because all you have to do is just this, see? And it kind of gives you the shape that you need. But again, if you don't have this brush, you can do it with any little brush. I'm gonna do the same thing in the other eye. Little wing. If you have a black liner in hand, grab a little bit, apply it right here on your outer V, and then go back with the little detail brush that you were using, the dark brown, and blend it. If not, then just pick up a little bit of black eyeshadow, any black eyeshadow. You know what? This is not really black. This is more giving like navy blue. Let me go get something black. I'm gonna be using the black eyeshadow from this palette. This one is from Beef. And yeah, I'm gonna be using this little detail brush because I only need a little bit. And I'm gonna give my eye a little bit more depth. So I'm gonna apply right here on my outer V and I'm just gonna blend it into the brown and following the same shape, the winged. See how much more pretty it looks? Now we're gonna take the tape off. We're gonna go back with the concealer brush. Use whatever you have left right here from when you were blending your concealer. Fix it up a little bit. And then now get either your powder brush or I recommend you a powder puff. And just pat a little bit of powder in here. And that's it. Nobody's gonna know. For the lower lash, we're gonna apply some of the darkest brown. This one right here. First. All along my lower lash. And then with the tip of the brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the black and I'm gonna apply very close to my lower lashes. I really recommend you to have this on your collection. This is the Intensify Eyes from Pomegranate because I always or most of the times use this with my glitters, my sparkles, shimmers. I go in directly with my brush and just pick some up just like this. I grab my beautiful shimmer and look at that. See how creamy it gets? No fallout at all. It's not gonna be messy. And it's gonna give you the most, look at that, out of any shimmery shades. This is gonna go all over my lid, including my tear duct. And done. Done. I do want my tear duct a little bit more popping, so I'm gonna apply a little bit of this loose glitter from Jaclyn Hill's. This is the shade Extra. I'm gonna pick it up with this little Anissa Beauty Eye Pinnacle, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this Intensify wand, and I grab a tiny bit. and right on my tear duct. Look at the difference. Yes. Now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes, apply mascara. You can go ahead and apply your lashes if you want. I hate to do this in camera. This is this Rod Eye Curler, the best one. Most of the times I apply lash primer. The best one, it is this one from Lancome on my top and also bottom lashes. I like to apply them in both lashes and then I go in with my mascara. First, we're gonna be using the Wow from Huda Beauty. And remember the trick, sweetie. You have to first apply one coat like this in. And then right away you're gonna go up. And start applying your lashes. Boom! And start applying your mascara the regular way. That's how you're gonna get the most length and volume. See? And the other trick is that you have to apply mascara in this eye with this hand and in the other eye with your other hand. Don't go like this. Don't do it. I know that it sounds a little crazy and that you're not used to it, but do it like 3 times. Force yourself. And after that, you're gonna have a done pack. I promise you. And go very close to like your lash line. I never just use one mascara. If you know me, you know that. So I'm gonna go in with this one from Give. And it's going right on top. I like this one because it's a little ball on the tip. It allows you to really go in the little inner tiny super little lashes in here. I have a little clump right there, so I'm gonna be using my spoolie to remove it. Boom, came right up. And then now I keep applying mascara and more mascara and more. Ah. And I know that there is some people that don't like to apply mascara on the lower lashes. Baby, if you want your natural lashes to look like Fozzie's, you have to apply mascara on your lower lashes. There's no way out. Now let's do my brows. We have to first clean them. Because trust me, there is foundation in there for sure. Alright. Look at them. See that? Now dry them, and with a little tiny brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of loose powder, the same one from Mami Colette. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit. I'm gonna apply them right on my brows. Because you wanna make sure that you don't have no oils or nothing in there, because if not, the brow products, they don't really glide and they're not gonna show a lot of pigment. Just go like that. Kind of like dust it up a little bit. You don't want to have powder in there, you know. You're gonna just like apply a little bit, dust it up, and then back to normal. I'm gonna be using this one from Valentino first. I'm gonna brush them up. And then I need the most filling in right here in this area on my little tip, as you can see. So this is where I apply the most. And then I also like to do the little line right here, so it can look cleaner. I'm gonna fill them all in a little bit. And you can already see the difference. Look at this one, and this is before. Then now I'm gonna brush all this product again with a little spoolie. This is gonna make sure that you have that product in there all evenly. Same thing the other brow. fill it in. Brush it. When it comes to tinted brow gels, I really like this one from Cosas. This is the shade Brown Black because it's not too cool or too warm. It's like natural. It doesn't look weird or gray or green. I don't like my brows hard at all. I like them fluffy and natural. See how pretty? And then this is gonna fill up whatever else it needed to be filled. Yes, baby. Let me clean my little beauty marks. Right under here. And the one on my nose. I wanna take out this lip gloss. For highlighter, during the holidays, we need to be popping. And we need a popping ass highlighter that it's gonna show from a mile away. We need to blind people with our highlighter. So I'm gonna be using this one from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Enlighten, my favorite shades out of all the shades. And I'm gonna be using the Sephora Pro brush. This is the number 90. And I'm just gonna dip my highlighter right here. I always like to look down a little bit on my mirror because that's when you see the little bone right here the most. And then I apply my highlighter right there. Now I'm gonna be applying a little bit of my Makeup Forever powder foundation. Again, I told you that I do use this for foundation, but most of the times for like a finishing powder, just because how blurring it is. This is the shade 2N22. I pick it up with my powder brush and I press right here on my pore area. On my chin, on my small lines, forehead, and right here. What are you talking about? Shut up. I almost forgot to contour my nose. No wonder I kept looking at myself in the mirror like something's missing. I normally always like to contour my nose with cream first, but when I forget, this is what I use, the contour, this. This one right here. The Artist Sculpt from Makeup Forever, and this is the shade S430. Where is my Patrick Tab brush? Right here. I'm gonna pick up a little bit. I'm gonna draw 2 lines right on the side of your nose. Just like this. You're gonna pick up a little bit more and you're gonna go now from down up. And then this is when you're gonna bring it in by your brow, like that. Same thing the other side, and boom. Flick it right here. Let's do a little button. Little nose right there. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this Jumbo NYX eye pencil. This is the shade Cottage Cheese. And right here on the bridge of my nose and on the peak of my nose. I'm gonna press it in with my finger a little bit. And that's all you need, baby. Now for the lips, I'm gonna be using the MAC Cork lip liner. And I'm gonna line my lips. This is like a brown situation. I'm gonna fill in the sides. And then now I'm using this BK Beauty 207 brush. I really like this for my lips. This brush is awesome. And I'm just gonna diffuse this lip liner even more by pressing it in. Yes. Now, I got this the other day. I still haven't tried it out. It is the first time we see how it looks on the lips. It is this baby right here from Valentino. This is the shade Rosso Valentino 22A. And this is one of the new soft matte velvety lipsticks. Oh yes, I was dying for it. But every time I wanted it, it was like sold out in store and I wanted to have it like right away. So last weekend when I went down to Miami, it was right there in the Sephora that I always used to go to. So I was like, give me. It was meant to be. So you can use this for blush and also for the lips. I will try it out like in another video by itself to see how it looks. I love the applicator. Look at this. I'm gonna just apply some right here on the center of my lips. Oh my gosh. Look how stunning it is. And look how pretty it looks with this lip liner. Yes. Now, I'm gonna clean the little applicator in this little towel before I put it in because I don't want to mix it with the lip liner. I'm gonna go back with my little brush and let's blend this together. Wow, I love the way it looks. For real. Look how vibrant and how stunning it looks. Always make sure that you apply your lipstick right here because you don't want to have your lipstick and then in there it's like showing your skin. I hate that. I freaking love this lipstick. For real, for real. It is exactly what I was expecting from it. Red, vibrant, and sexy. Now I'm gonna apply a little bit of setting spray. If you want something a little bit more glowy, if you want to keep the glow that you already have going on, I really recommend you this one from Scott Barnes. And if you want something more matte because you have oily skin, then this one from Milk Makeup, it is amazing. My skin right now, it is really, really dry. So I'm gonna be using this one from Scott Barnes. I love the way this looks on bare skin with makeup. It's just amazing. And I just go like this, look at a little tea. And now let's just dry this up. And we're ready. And look how festive and just beautiful this makeup glam came out. And it's totally straight up 100% screaming Christmas, holidays, and it's just perfect for every day. You can wear with your little work clothes, a tank top, pajamas, whatever the heck you want, and you saw with your own eyes how easy it was to create. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked and enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I love you to the moon and back so much. Mwah. See you on the next one.